Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody for participating in our briefing as we go into the debate for tomorrow evening. We have with us our partners, the Cleveland Police Department, the Secret Service, FBI, and National Guard. They are here to answer questions if you have it. I know that many of you will want to talk about the security in regards to the debate. They will not answer that because it would not be security then, but what they will share with you is what they can. We will also be having a debriefing on Wednesday at noon, and we'll send out a notice to you so that if there's something that we need to talk about on Wednesday after the debate, about what happened or what did not happen, then we'll be available for that. I also want to remind people that even though a lot of your attention and your questions may be around the demonstration and the protests and security, that this is a historical debate. And it's a very important debate because we have two candidates who are distinctly different, not only in terms of their personalities, but in terms of their ideologies, their approach to life. And what our job is to do is to minimize all of those distractions that may occur that would allow for, that would not allow for the people who are viewing the debate to really get the essence of the two candidates. So that's what we will demonstrate as success when we have a successful debate internally and a successful and safe perimeter around the debate. So I'll turn it over to Director Howard of Public Safety. He will then turn it over to the Chief of Police, who will then turn it over to the National Guard.
Thank you, Mayor. As the Mayor said, this is a very historical debate. We understand that there's been a lot of concern in the community about safety. I want to start off by thanking our local and federal partners, working very hard to make sure that this historic debate happens in a very safe and secure community, particularly having this community in mind surrounding the debate area. I assure the citizens of Cleveland that we have taken every precaution to make sure that while people exercise their First Amendment right to free speech, that it will be done in a safe and secure manner, again, with the community in mind. We have instituted road closures at Chester and East 89th to 105th, and at Euclid at between 89th and 105th, and all the roads in between. So be mindful of the change in traffic patterns as you traverse the downtown and Cleveland Clinic areas. We have also instituted a prohibited items list in these areas surrounding the debate and the community surrounding there too. That takes place, is in place from noon today to 4 a.m. on Wednesday. Some of those items that are prohibited include explosives, fireworks, umbrellas with metal tips, bricks, canned goods, large backpacks, anything that can be deemed harmful to the citizens and property surrounding the area of the debate. We will have ample law enforcement, EMS, and fire professionals there on hand to make sure that any disturbance, any emergency situation will properly be handled. Again, I want to thank our law enforcement partners, local and federal, our state National Guard partners as well. And I'll hand it over to Chief Williams. Thank you.
Thanks, Director. As the Director and the Mayor stated, the significance of the debate can't be underscored. We want people to understand that we're here to make sure that it's conducted in a safe manner for all, for people to exercise their constitutional rights, and for our surrounding community to really be involved in this process. Our state, federal, local, county partners have worked tirelessly for the last month and a half to make sure that this thing comes off right, to make sure that we have the proper assets in place to prevent things from happening, and also to make sure our community understands that we're not just supporting the debate, we're supporting the entire city of Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. So I want folks to, especially our community members out there that are near the debate, if you see something, say something. If something looks out of place, give us a call. We have plenty of assets out there to take a look at any and everything, no matter how small and insignificant you may think it is. Give us a call anyway. Let us check it out. Again, our federal partners are here. Our state partners, I definitely want to thank our Ohio National Guard contingent that's here. Our local partners, we can't do this without them. So those communities that sent folks to assist in, again, securing this venue to make sure that it's safe for everybody. Thank you again. So with that said, I'm going to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Fielding from our Ohio National Guard contingent.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chief. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Audrey Fielding, Commander of the Ohio National Guard Reaction Force. Mayor Jackson, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. We have been activated at the direction of Governor Mike DeWine to support law enforcement in order to protect life and preserve property during the presidential debate. Members of this task force are specifically trained and equipped and prepared to support law enforcement in protection tasks. We operate under the command and control of the governor and the lead law enforcement agency, the Cleveland Police Department. Our capabilities include support to facility and resource protection, support to public safety, and support to access, traffic, and crowd control. We fully support everyone's right to practice their First Amendment rights in a peaceful manner. Every person we interact with will be treated with the utmost dignity and respect. We are your neighbors, and this is our home. Many members of this task force, including myself, live and work in Northeast Ohio. We are honored to be here and support our fellow citizens. Thank you.
Okay, we're open for questions.
Okay, Mayor. The first question is from Rachel Lansky from Channel 3. What role will the National Guard play, and what are the rules of engagement between National Guard and protest?
Well, I'll let the National Guard and the police chief define what their role is.
The role of the National Guard is to support law enforcement here during the debate. They're in a support role, as they have been in a lot of places across the country. As Lieutenant Colonel Fielding explained to you guys, they're here to make sure that people exercise their constitutional rights and that they're safe in doing that. So the Guard is here to support not only Division of Police, but our other law enforcement partners here that are assigned to the debate itself.
Mayor, we have a question from Peggy Gallick, Channel 8. This is Peggy Gallick with Fox News. Can the chief discuss what was learned from the May 30th protest and what, if anything, will be done differently?
Chief, you want to answer that question?
The short answer is no, not right now, but there are a lot of things that were learned, not just from May 30th, but from the subsequent protest activity and other activity around the country that we have incorporated into our planning for this event itself. The after action plan for May 30th is just about complete. There are a couple things that I made sure that we added to that plan from our partners on all levels. So as soon as this debate is over, as soon as we can actually get back to some normalcy within the Division of Police, we'll have that plan completed and it'll be out to the public.
All right. Mayor, we have a question from Tiffany Knox. Was the National Guard brought in order to get ahead of possible rioting and looting?
The National Guard was brought in order to assist our local assets in terms of securing the site and to ensure that whatever was occurring, the demonstration and protest was handled in a peaceful way.
Okay, Mayor. The next question is from Adam Faris from Cleveland.com. Someone who works near Cleveland Clinic posted on social media that they took a photo of the fences surrounding the debate zone. They said someone in charge of security threatened to take the person's phone. Are people allowed to take photos or redirecting any on-the-ground agents or officers to confiscate phones from people taking photos?
I will let Secret Service answer that, but I imagine they will do whatever is necessary to ensure the protection of those inside the perimeter and to make it better able for us to control what is outside the perimeter.
Thank you, Mayor, you're correct. What I would suggest, any question from the Secret Service, I'm going to direct you to our communication center. You can find their contact number on our webpage, secretservice.gov. Thank you for the question.
Mayor, next question is from Bob Higgs, from .com. Do you have any sense of how much protest activity is expected? Have groups taken out permits, and are you expecting spontaneous demonstrations?
We're expecting any and all of the above. As I know as of today, there's been no permits pulled, but that's not unusual because usually when people demonstrate, they're trying to make a point, and part of that point is they're not following rules. And so that usually people don't pull permits to demonstrate in that regard. But we're prepared for all of it.
Okay, Mayor, item from IdeaStream, WCPN 90.3. Are guns being allowed into the event zone? Has the Secret Service banned guns in a specific area surrounding the debate building?
Thank you for the question. There are signs posted along the fence line, but again, any questions regarding the Secret Service, I'd like to direct you to our communication center. Thank you.
We don't have any new questions, so we may just want to give it a few minutes to get a few more questions.
So that you know, they're telling me we don't have any new questions. If this is your time to ask if you want.
Bob Higgs was done just.
Okay, here comes one.
Bob Higgs says, I saw there are some parking restrictions downtown. Why? And do any of the restrictions on items extend to downtown, or are those prohibited items just targeting the area around the clinic?
Chief.
That's a good clarifying question. Prohibited items, there's a special zone that's set up around the debate area itself where the prohibited items apply. It does not apply to downtown or any other area of the city of Cleveland. But folks will notice there are parking restrictions throughout the city of Cleveland. Some related to the debate and some not, as a normal course of business, what the Department of Public Safety does. So just heed those signs that are out there. We don't want to tow people's cars. Just when you're about to park in certain locations in the city, make sure it's legalized parking.
All right. Tim Clousing has a question. Will Cleveland be imposing a curfew pre or post debate? And if so, what time?
It's not our plan to impose a curfew pre-debate, and what happens during the debate will determine what decision to make at that time.
Okay. We have two people asking the same question. You answered this in the beginning, but maybe expound upon it. What are the rules of engagement between the National Guard and protesters?
So our force specifically trains to focus on working closely with law enforcement in order to avoid any type of escalation of the use of force. Our primary goal is to protect the citizens of Cleveland and our service members while they engage in this mission. Our number one focus is to treat everybody we encounter with dignity and respect, and that's what we'll do over the next several days.
Mayor Bob Higgs. Mayor, can you talk a little bit about your hope for this event and how Cleveland is seen by the nation?
Well, we hope the event is successful. Successful on the inside in terms of the candidates and helping people to make up their mind which way they want to go on election day. And in order to have that happen, we're working hard with our partners to ensure that what goes on outside of the debate is successful too. And success for us means then is that people are able to protest, they're able to demonstrate, they're able to voice their opinion, and with understanding that that does not include the destruction of property or the harming of people.
All right. Next question is from Tracy Carlos from Channel 5. How will the Secret Service and FBI be used to support CPD?
FBI.
First of all, I want to thank Mayor, Director Howard, and the Chief for having this event today. I think it's important for the citizens of Northeast Ohio and Cleveland to know just how hard the law enforcement community, their law enforcement community, is working on the back to keep this safe and have a safe and secure event. With respect to the question, how we're going to support our law enforcement partners here, we're going to do exactly what we've always done, and that is provide whatever services we can to make sure that not only people have a safe and secure event, but that we make sure that people's civil rights are protected and that we are able to effectively investigate any crimes that could result if events or protests get beyond peaceful.
Yeah, I'd just like to echo what Eric said. Again, for any specific direction the Secret Service will take, I'll refer you to our communications office. But again, thanks for everybody's support on this.
Okay. Two separate people asked this question, so I'll just ask it under Mr. Daniel John. Why are small planes being allowed to fly over the debate site with banners?
I'm told that there is no flight restrictions at this time.
And then Ida from WCPN again. I'd like to ask again, are guns allowed in the event zone as determined by the city? They were not included on the prohibited items list released by the city.
And when she asked about are guns prohibited inside the event zone, I'm assuming she means within the event zone itself, which would be the form of the debate or within that perimeter. I'm not sure. I know external to that, people still have a Second Amendment right. So external, the interior, imagine they still have Second Amendment right, which includes open carry. But inside, I'm not aware of. I won't guess to say, but it probably wouldn't make much sense to carry a gun inside the debate room or allow it to happen.
Okay. Here's a question from David Higgins. What are the plans of use for any revenue earned by the city for hosting this debate?
To balance our budget, any revenue we get is to help balance our budget in the difficult times that are both related to COVID-19 and national social unrest, which has had a significant impact on our budget. So if there's any revenue produced, we will put it into our general fund so that we can continue to provide service to the citizens of the city of Cleveland and have that done in proper quality and quantity, and to prevent layoffs as well.
Okay. This person is Tim Clausing. He has two questions. One, he asked, please ask about people gathering outside of Progressive Field for the Indians playoffs tonight and beyond. And his follow-up question to that is, with the Indians playoff, will people be allowed to gather outside of Progressive Field? So I guess this question.
I guess we must be bored because we moved from the debate and security there to the playoffs and in the gathering of people outside of Progressive Field. Chief, is there any particular thing that we're doing?
No, I know, of course.
As the chief has said, in regards to those crowds would be normal course of business. Of course, we are stressing that people wear masks and that there be some social distancing. I don't know exactly if there was a need to pull permits on that. I don't think there was. but we will be, we'll keep our eye on that as it progresses, so that it won't get out of hand.
All right, we have one person, John Ray Casca, who continues to ask if they can take pictures with President Trump.
Well, that's up to President Trump. I don't know. It's up to Secret Service and President Trump whether or not they can take pictures.
And this is either for Director Howard or the Chief. Could you please talk a little bit more detail about the parking ban? There's a lot of conversation on social around cars being towed. So we want to talk about the importance of the no parking ban.
Right.
As Chief stated earlier, there will be parking bans in place throughout the city, both around the debate zone and downtown. The parking bans downtown are related to regular activity. We have sporting events going on. You'll see signs posted, so please just follow the information that is posted on the sign, and that's the surefire way to make sure that your vehicle is not towed. So signs will be posted with regard to the parking ban. Just it's simple. Follow the signs, do what they say, and we won't have an issue with towing your vehicle. And then parking lots. There won't be mass gatherings in parking lots. As you know, that there is no tailgating. We still have COVID, so we still require, as the mayor said, people wear masks, social distance, mass gatherings be of 10 and less.
And Mayor, this is not, there is a question. One more question from Charissa Prunty. Will I-77 North be impacted? Should be.
What I know right now, there's no highway closure. But anytime you close off various arteries, people take alternative routes. It's just happened the clinic is in a situation that is not in close proximity to the highway, so I don't know if there'll be any impact.
And then two questions popped up. One from Robert Gaff. If my car gets towed, where are they taking me?
Probably to the impound down in on Quigley Road, and there's a process that they would have to go through with the title, registration, whatever they need, plus driver's license to reclaim the vehicle.
This is another question from a Christian Hoffman. Will routes be clearly posted for delivery drivers who have to make deliveries in the general area?
I will, in terms of delivery drivers, I would say that the same thing that is posted for the general public, they can access that and then decide on their own what is best for them to do in terms of which route to take.
There's a question about the billing, Mayor. Since the city is planning on balancing their budget, are we billing the clinic for any of the charges?
We have, in terms of who pays for this, there are expenses that are being borne by the city and event sponsors, and we will share in those expenses.
Okay, this is Jay Frey. Mayor, a number of downtown residents woke up with tickets in their cars towed from downtown. The temporary signs went up at 10 p.m. late last night. Why didn't the city residents notice about the enforcement? Will they be thrown out?
I don't know if it'll be thrown out or not in terms of if you feel your car towed illegally. There is a process to appeal the issuance of the ticket or towing, and we'll put that on social media so that everyone will understand what that is. Again, I don't know when signs were posted. I don't know when they began to actually engage in towing. You say it started last night. It's pretty. That was because the chief is saying that was because of the game on Sunday, and that is normal. Anytime there's a Browns game, there's prohibited parking in a large part of downtown, and that just happens normally. But it's a good question because was only 6,000 people allowed to attend the game. And so it was only 6,000 people compared to 7,000 people. It shouldn't have been as big an issue. But post on social media what the process is for appeal. If I were you, I would make the argument that it just because it was a Brown game is not sufficient. The posting and no parking is in order to control traffic for 70,000 people. And that is a big difference from 6,000, so that's all.
And then, there's another person who asked, Ms. Kay Bennett about the airplanes flying over the facility. She said the photos are racist that are flying around the clinic, and she will, add to that in her post, but I believe she's bringing that to our attention to look at what's flying over the clinic.
Well, it's part of the question is about a statement. Planes flying over the clinic, Secret Service said it's not a no-fly zone as of now, but she is saying that they have banners and they have racist comments on them. And so, thanks for the information, and I imagine those things be looked at by Secret Service.
Mark Namick from WKYC has a few questions. His first question is, how are you enforcing the rule on banned items?
I'll let, how we enforce a rule on banned item, Chief, you just take it off. Confiscation of banned items. It's the same process that we use with the RNC, Republican National Convention, where we had a list of banned items, which was probably exactly the same or similar. And then whenever we saw those banned items, then the police confiscated.
Okay, to follow up, Mark's next question, although you touched on this, he's asking, the event zone does not ban firearms outside of the secured zone of the actual debate. Can the mayor talk about if he has any concerns about demonstrators carrying firearms into the zone that people are free to demonstrate in?
Well, we have, the law is the law. We had the same issue again during the Republican National Convention. And the law of the land is that you, in Ohio, that you can have open carry. As long as you have it not concealed, you can have open carry. And when that happens, it gives you the right to do that. It doesn't give you the right to intimidate people or cause problems with it, but it does give you the right, the law gives you the right to have it. And the police pay special attention to those who they observe carrying guns. Open carry.
And Mark,
Concealed carry is a different thing. If we conceal carry without a permit, then you get arrested.
and Mark's next question is, are you adding additional officers downtown to keep people from gathering at the Justice Center?
We're not disclosing our security plan, but our plan is to keep the entire city safe.
And then Ida from WCPN, what accommodations are being made for employees of the clinic or patients who may need to visit the campus tomorrow?
Well, that is something, what accommodation are made for employees or patients for the clinic tomorrow. That is something that I think the clinic is working on and have to deal with. I'm not familiar with what their scheduling is or rescheduling.
And then lastly, Tracy Mercado says, Cleveland must be peaceful like it's been lately. Show the world how great Clevelanders are. That's the last.
Well, the statement is Cleveland has been a peaceful place lately, and let's keep it that way and show people how great Cleveland is. I will say that as time has gone since May 30th, there's been multiple protests and demonstrations all over the city of Cleveland. And all of them, both in downtown and in neighborhoods, and in front of my house. And so all those have gone well in terms of peacefulness and the orderliness of them. And people express their constitutional right, whatever opinion that may have been.
That's it for questions.
And I thank you very much. Thank you.